You said we still got who?
Oh, I'm ready. No, when you moved, I want to make sure that you were still in focus when you came back.
I know.
You got something that like you want to talk about other than that? Let me see. Is it anybody that like poured into you maybe financially, like during the time or when you started, or that might have
Man, there's so many people, man. Man.
uh
Um, like seeds, people
yeah,
that sown seeds.
yeah.
Man, yeah, a lot of people. Don't I can't even go down the list, but there's a lot of testimonies. Man, so many.
What do you think like be one of the biggest ones?
Influence.
Yeah,
Who?
and
Or anybody that influence your work.
yeah.
I mean, my mentor. Of course, he influences my work big time. Malcolm. I gotta start with my parents. You know what I'm saying? Because I if I couldn't do it at home, where would I be able to do it? When I first started. You know what I'm saying? And you know, my mom hit me up the other day, asking me about. She texted me. She said, "Can you use these T-shirts?" Because she found some at a better deal. I'm just talking now, but I mean, you need
Mm.
me to answer that question and talk about it, then I can.
Okay, yeah.
All right. So, what you want me to say? Like, how do I ask the question? Then let me repeat it.
Okay, so who are some of your biggest influence and supporters uh,
Oh
with you
man.
getting started?
Okay. Okay. Who are some of my biggest influences as far as me starting as an airbrush artist? Oh my gosh, there's so many people. Um, I can definitely, like I said, I'm gonna start with my family. My family first. Even some of my cousins have airbrushing shirts and airbrush jeans that they have kept. That I did back in 1992, 1993. They say it still looks good. They still keep it. Um, One of my cousin's best friends took all of the T-shirts that I airbrushed for her kids that are now in their 30s and made a quilt out of all those shirts. That was amazing for me to see that she actually did that. So my family, my parents, them sowing seeds into my life, consistently helping, my mom, like I said the other day, she just texted me and said, "Hey, can you use these T-shirts?" She found some T-shirts while she was just out shopping, just always thinking about how I can stay in the creative mode. My mentor, Malcolm McCray out of Missouri, he is definitely one of my biggest influences. Just to see him being the first black entrepreneur to create and name an airbrush gun after himself is absolutely amazing to me. That's something that I would like to inspire to do. Um, who else? Oh my God, my church, my pastors, Pastor Doug and Shay Taylor, and the Rebirth Christian Church family. Oh my gosh, just over time, I can't tell you how much stuff I've airbrushed. One thing that I do understand this is so important about sowing seeds and giving back. Every time that our church has moved, and I've been at Rebirth for over 17 years now, every time the children have an area that they hold their services in, I have always offered my services. And there was one time that I was given a check for the service, and I actually gave it back to the church. Every time I've sown back with my art to the youth at the church, it has always come back around like hundreds of seeds. I can't even tell you how big the harvest. There was one time when I gave a gift certificate to paint the wall mural at the existing location now, and before I knew it, it was like we were on a wall mural tour. The team, me and one other guy was just airbrushing schools and churches, all across the city of Birmingham, and I knew that came from that seed that I sowed into Rebirth. So, friends, classmates, people in the music industry, especially gospel rap, right here in Birmingham. DJ Strick. I learned a lot from him. Pastor Short T, man. So like I said, if I start naming names, I'm gonna forget somebody. But I do remember people that told me when I have an event. Aeneas Koresh, gospel rapper. He's no longer with us. He's gone to heaven. But I'll never forget. He told me anytime I have an event, Eric, you have a table. So that meant that I could bring my product. I didn't even come to the event looking to sell. I came to look to support. So that support ended up turning into love for me, and people wanted to support my art, and it just kept going from there.
Okay, okay. So what's the most like bizarre thing that you've painted or been asked to paint?
But that I've turned down. That what you mean?
Yeah.
what are some of the things I've been asked to paint that I've turned down? Wow. I think one of nudity. I mean, that's my stance. I'm not gonna paint anything I can't put my name on. And when I put my name on it, that means that my reputation is on it. So I've been asked some very bizarre requests as far as nudity or lewd, things of a sexual orientation that I just refuse to paint. So I have actually dealt with people that believe in the devil. I've dealt with people that just live that kind of lifestyle, and being able to transition and tell them, hey, let's do something else. I've had people to say okay and go with my idea instead of what they want to come with, and that has been definitely amazing. I did a prosthetic limb for a lady that did pass away due to a disease, and I was told that the lady was a practicing witch. Which when the client came to me and the referral, I asked the referral, are you sure? And so just talking to the lady, I was able to share the gospel with her, and she never forced her opinion on me, never did that. And we came to a medium, like a peaceful place where we can say, hey, this is what I can airbrush for you, because this lady was missing a limb. She was missing part of her leg. And we actually became Facebook friends, so when you go to my Facebook, you're going to see me talk about God. You're going to see me talk about the word. You are going to see my artwork, but you will see what I stand for. And like I said, that was, sometimes it can get challenging, but I have learned that then God's going to take care of me, regardless of what people ask me to do. And if I've been criticized. People have told me, well, if you don't do this, then you're not going to make it. And it's like, man, I'm still making it. And it's because I believe and I trust in the Lord. So all of those negative thoughts and theories that used to come at me, it's like, man, let's talk about gangs, places I've been to deliver airbrush shirts. I mean, I've been confronted, like I said earlier, by gang members. I was at a festival in Anniston, and I'll never forget, there was a guy that needed his gang represented, and he wanted a lot of wording around it that I wouldn't do. And he literally took a roll of money, probably about this thick, and slapped it down on the table and said, I got the money, so I don't know what the problem. And I told him, I said, that money ain't gonna motivate me, just because you're asking, because you have that money. And I said, man, please, I've seen money like that before, so it's not gonna change what I stand for. So he just said, all right, I can respect that, and he ended up leaving. So okay. I'm still living. As long as I keep living, I'm gonna keep serving God and keep doing what's right the best I can.
So tell me about your team, who your team is, why you decided to get a team, and the specifics that you may have them do for you.
Oh, let's talk about Team Prophetic Airbrush. Oh my gosh, the team has changed over time. The reason why I knew I needed a team, because really God told me. He was like, you're gonna need some help. And I needed help when I really didn't know I needed help. Sometimes you try to, well, I can do this. And then I realized that sometimes I can't answer every phone call, can't respond to every email, can't respond to, every message that comes through social media. So there are some awesome people that work on my team. We have vice president. We have two people that have been around for years. Laquita, Elena, my business manager, Horace. Horace actually does a lot of the legwork online. Like if you go to our website, propheticairbrush.com, you'll see some of the information is listed, and Horace has been a big, tremendous help on putting together our contracts and information that I can talk out, but I'll tell people it's better for you to read it here in documentation form. Laquita Danzy, oh my God, she's been with me since she was like, I think 17 years old, and she has literally just worn Prophetic Airbrush design on her sleeve, like a badge, So I'm always interning, like I'm actually looking for interns now, taking kids from 13 years old and up. There was one young man that I would say he's pretty much graduated. I call it program. Caleb. Caleb was amazing. Caleb did several wall murals. You'll look back at our Prophetic Airbrush Facebook page, and you may see this young man that was always with me, painting murals and things like that. And this guy actually applied for college, and I wrote a letter of recommendation for him to help him get a college scholarship. There have been other people that I've done that for, a lot of the kids. because I see their heart and I see the ability, I see the talent. So I need a team because God told me you're gonna need some help. And people hear me say we, and they'll say like, well, who is we? And I'm like, it's more than just me. You know, that's why for a long time I didn't even have Erica be on a business card. I always had Prophetic Airbrush Design because I wanted to make sure God got the glory and it's not just me that's doing all this. You know, there are people that are behind the scenes that are working and doing things that a lot of people don't know about. So, yeah, those are some of the key people, you know, Prophetic Airbrush that I just really, really appreciate to the core, and I thank God for them.
Okay, hold on for a second.
You're writing it.
Yeah.
Your door closed. Your whatever.